Hello everyone, my name is David Arzate here, and I'm here to showcase to you my Shining Sarcophagus deck profile in my version because I really want to showcase this deck profile to you because ever since the Legacy of Destruction came out, I wasn't really interested into it, but then when I saw the Shining Sarcophagus when I was in the battle of my Amazonas versus Shining Sarcophagus, and I didn't see what the potential of the fun deck it does. So I'm gonna see what I could do with it. What I could try to do with it. And this is not. I know I don't have the support because I don't really buy a lot of cards on. This is just my own budget build. So to start off, I only have 2 copies of Gadget Trio. I think running 3 will be awesomely good too because when this card is normal or special summon, you get to add 1 shiny sarcophagus or a spell or trap that mentions it from your deck to your hand. And if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can set 1 Stronghold of Hidden Fortress from your deck, which is extremely good. It's good for your good starter. Next, I have 1 Gandor G Dragon Destruction, and I know that's also bad too. I think you should run 2 of it because if you're a budget builder, I think running Gandor G Dragon Destruction is actually really good because it gains 300 attack for each banished card. And if you control Shiny Sarcophagus, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can pay half your life points to destroy as many of the cards as possible, and if you do, banish them. Then you can special summon a level 7 or lower monster that mentions Shiny Sarcophagus, and then increase its level by the number of cards destroyed by the effect. So what it means that pay half your life points, you can special summon any monster that mentions that, or you can just summon Silent Magician Zero, or another option. This is this one, and then it gains levels based on how many cards it destroys. So let's say it destroys 3 cards, then special summon this, and then it gains 3 levels, making this a level 7, increasing its attack points by 1500. But let's skip over the information right now. But unfortunately, that's just an example. Next up, we have 3 copies of my Silent Magician Zero. I'm going to read the effects, or if you want to read the effects, I could just showcase it to you right here, or I know this thing is blurring out, but I can't focus it, so I'm just going to read it right here as what it says. So, Silent Magician Zero. Its effect only works if your opponent draws a card. Increase that level by the number drawn. While this card is higher than the original level, it gains equals the difference multiplied by 100. And when your opponent activates a spell or effect while you control Shiny Sarcophagus, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, increase its level by 1. So the negation can only work as long as this card has Shiny Sarcophagus on the field, which is it only works if its Shiny Sarcophagus is on the field, on the spell and trap card zone. But enough explanation. But that's just that. 3 copies of Silent Swordsman Zero. Now it works the same way as the Silent Magician, but it has the few differences. And I know it's blurry. Christ, I need a better camera. But I'll just read the effects right here. Now, the effect works like this. Once per turn, during the standby phase, increase this card's level by 1. While this card is higher than the original level, it gains attack points equal to the difference multiplied by 100. And when your opponent activates a spell or effect that targets Shiny Sarcophagus or a monster that mentions it, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, increase this level by 1. But you can only use this effect once per turn. So this one can only do like a card that targets Giant Sarcophagus or a monster that mentions it. But yeah, that's all I got. Next, I have 2 copies of Morphing Jar. I don't know why I put Morphing Jar in the deck, because let's say this card is just a simple effect, because this card has a simple... why can't I focus it? This is a problem. I can't focus it. So this one, because Okay, so all it works is when it's flipped. So when the opponent attacks it, and when flip, and then when it flips, it just both players have to discard all the cards from their hands. Then both players draw the 5 cards. So what if I have an option where I just didn't get the card that I want, and I just go with it, and then I just went off like that. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I put it in there. Then I have 1 Nibiru, 1 Bestial, 3 Ash, 2 Ghost Bell, 3 Effect Veilers, and yeah, that's it for my monsters. Now let's get over with the spells. The spell cards I have is just this, what relies on the Shining Sarcophagus, which is really good because I thought it looked so cool. So the truth is, the Shining Sarcophagus works like this. It can't be destroyed by monster effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Shining Sarcophagus once per turn. During the main phase, you can add 1 card that mentions Shining Sarcophagus from your deck to your hand. And if your opponent special summons a monster from the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can discard 1 spell, then target 1 of those monsters and send it to the graveyard, which is really good effect. 2 copies of Future Silence. Future Silence is actually a really awesome quick play spell card because it allows you to add a monster that mentions Shining Sarcophagus from your deck to your hand. But then, if you activate this card during the battle phase while you control a Shining Sarcophagus and a monster that mentions it, each player draws 6 cards until they have 6 in their hand, which is very reliable for the Silent Magician Zero, which really is reliable on this one because its effect can draw cards and he increased by level by how many cards that he drawn. So let's say if the opponent has 4 cards, or let's say if the opponent has 2 cards, and then if you activate the Future Silence, but if you do this during the battle phase, because it's a quick play spell, both players have to keep drawing until they have 6 in their hand. So it's really good because now during the battle phase, and if you're going to attack but you don't have enough life points, you can activate the quick play spell Turn Silence, which is really amazing. It just allows, let's say the opponent has 2 cards in their hand, but if you play the battle phase and then he keeps drawing until he kept 6, that's 4 more cards that he drew, and then this one will activate. I know I'm not the best explanation nor explanations, but I'll try my best. No one's perfect, okay? But still, he draws 4 more cards, then its level increases by 4, increasing that amount by 2,000, making this total of 3,000. But that's all I can say and think of. I know I'm not the best explanationer, as I said it, and I say it again, no one's perfect in this world. I'll try my best to do it, okay? Next, I have 2 copies of Turn Silence. Turn Silence is actually another great card because I can target a face-up monster I control, increases the level by 3, but if I activate this card in the response to a monster effect, an opponent's monster effect activation, while I control Shining Sarcophagus and a monster that mentions it, negate the opponent's effect. Now, during the damage calculation, if my monster mentions Shining Sarcophagus battles, you can banish this card and end the battle phase. So, yeah. So, basically, it's kind of like my Swordsman. It has the Swordsman Zero. Where is it? Do I have Swordsman Zero? Sorry, I have to keep looking at my deck. Because it has the Swordsman Zero. Then I place it face down. And then if my opponent tries to activate a monster effect, I forgot to put this in here too. Sorry. I forgot to put this in here too as an example. I forgot to put that in. So I'll just pretend that there's a Shining Sarcophagus in the field, in the circle. The circle will mean I'll just explain it later. So then when the opponent activates a monster effect, I activate this style card, Turn Silence. I can target 1 face-up monster I control, increase its level by 3, and if the opponent activates a monster effect, which my opponent did, I can also negate that activation because I control a monster. I control Shiny Sarcophagus and a monster that mentions it. So yeah, it's kind of considering. But yeah, it's kind of really good too. Next, I have 3 copies of Tides of Bind. Tides of Bind is actually an extremely good card because it only works as long as you control a Shiny Sarcophagus and a monster that mentions it. You can special summon the 2 level 4 lower monsters with different names that mention Shiny Sarcophagus from your hand or deck. Also, the rest of the turn, after this effect resolves, you cannot special summon from the extra deck. Okay, so yeah. So as long as, and if you activate this card, you can't special summon from the extra deck. Which not mostly my I don't really have an extra deck, but I do have an extra deck just in case. A lot of explanation, but still. 1 change of heart, 1 card destruction. I got 3 Potters of Scravens just for that. 1 call by, 1 Forbidden Chalice. That's it for my deck, for my spells. My trap cards are basically simple. There can only be 2 copies of Stronghold of Forbidden Fortress because I can special summon this card as an effect monster, Machine Earth, as a trap, and it gains 1,000 attack points for each Shiny Sarcophagus and monsters that mentions it that I control. Once per turn, when the opponent's monster declares an attack while it controls Shiny Sarcophagus, you can destroy that monster, which is really awesome too. And then I have 1 copy of Dark Magic Mirror Force, which is still considered when the opponent declares an attack or an opponent's monster's effect is activated that will destroy a monster or monsters on the field, while a monster that mentions Sarcophagus is on the field. Destroy as many attack position monsters your opponent controls as possible. Then, if you control a Dark Magician, inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed. Unfortunately, I don't have the Dark Magician of that. So, like I said, this is just a budget build. I'm not the best. And now let's go for the extra deck. I know this is just, it's just me being fun. I just got 3 Nightmare Unicorns just for shuffling materials, 1 access code, 1 Pixie Knight early, 1 Nightmare Cerberus, 1 Barricade Blocker, 1 Blackluster Soldier of the Chaos, World Seed Dragon of the Zealantis, and Mysterion the Dragon Clown. 1 Evil Swarm Exhalation Knight, 1 Doggerus. Well, actually I have 2, and then 1 SB. That's basically my deck profile. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I know your time is limited. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a really good day. Love you, bye.